Hi, welcome to Erin's World Famous. I'm Erin, and on today's episode, we're going to be making super easy 4-ingredient Palmier cookies. Here's the list of ingredients you'll need to make today's recipe. For the full recipe, please check out the description below. To start, you're going to remove your puff pastry from the freezer and allow it to reach almost room temperature but still chilled until you can unfold it without it cracking. At this point, you're going to want to preheat your oven at 400 degrees. Next, you're going to take your raw sugar. I'm using about 1/3 of a cup and mix it with about 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. Give it a good mix until fully combined. Next, you're going to take a little bit of your sugar and dust your work surface, making sure to cover the whole area that your puff pastry will take up. Next, take your thawed out puff pastry and lay it across the sugar. You're going to take a rolling pin and lightly roll it until it's about 1 inch wider on each side. Next, you're going to make an egg wash. Crack your egg into a small container. Then you're going to scramble it with about 1 tablespoon of water. I always like to scramble it first before introducing the water. And then continue to whisk until a homogeneous mixture. Next, you're going to take a pastry brush and brush the egg wash on the top. Just lightly brush to cover all edges. This is going to help the sugar stick to the inside. After you've brushed your puff pastry with your egg wash, take a spoon and lightly sprinkle the sugar all over, making sure to cover all edges. You don't have to use all the sugar, however, I would recommend using a generous amount. After putting on the sugar, you're going to want to lightly run your hands over it to get all the sugar to stick, and any residual sugar that you don't want will kind of be scraped off to the side. Next, you're going to start to roll your dough. Take one edge and just kind of tuck it over. You're going to roll each side in into the middle. It'll create kind of an ear shape. That's also why these cookies are also called elephant ears. Make sure to roll it nice and tight. That's about center, so now we're going to roll from the other side. Making sure to get that very first roll nice and tight. Once it's completely rolled, you're going to take your fingers and kind of pinch the dough together as best you can. The sugar kind of makes it impossible to stick. This will help it stay together at least a little bit while it bakes. Next, take your roll and you're going to cut off the ends because they always kind of look a little weird and don't roll the best. And then you're going to cut about 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick pieces and place them on a cookie sheet that has parchment paper. The parchment paper is going to keep the sugar from sticking as it melts and will caramelize on the bottom of these cookies. With all of your cookies cut, you're going to pop this in the freezer for 15 minutes before baking. After your cookies have been in the freezer for 15 minutes, remove them and immediately put them in your 400-degree oven. Allow your cookies to bake for 15 to 20 minutes, checking for desired doneness. After your Palmier cookies have baked for about 20 minutes, allow them to fully cool before serving. After they've cooled, you can go ahead and put them on a plate. Sometimes you can get the little extra pieces of sugar that'll just break off so they look a little bit better for presentation, or you can leave them on. I like it as a little bit of extra crunch. And here you have your super easy 4-ingredient Palmier cookie. If you've enjoyed today's recipe, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment on what you may like to see me cook next. But now it's time to eat. We'll see you next time.